think, especially in the last couple of years, Mum's become my hero. I don't know that I would have said that in the past, not in a bad way, but just probably wouldn't have considered it. To watch, you know, a woman who, like she said, you're going into aged care, your life has changed, and most people would view that as the end. You know, that's the end of the road. But she didn't.
It's really, really good. I hope there's going to be a bit of comedy in it, but
You never know.
You never know.
I'm looking for a new Netflix series. Do you think it's a good one to watch?
Yeah, it's a good one to watch.
Yeah, okay. Is there a few in the series?
One day, Auntie Pat says to me, "I'm a bit worried about your mum." And I said, "Why is that?" And she said, "I think she might be losing her mind." I said, what makes you say that? She said, "Well, when I was talking to her the other day, she said to me, 'Sorry, I've got to go to work.'" I said, "Oh, okay." And she said, "Oh, I don't think she knows where she is. Like, my auntie is fully convinced that Mum is so confused that Mum thinks that she's going to work when she doesn't. She lives in an aged care facility." And I said, "Auntie Pat, I can put your mind at ease. Mum actually is going to work. She works there. She has a job at the front desk." And she's like, "Oh my God, thank God." She was so relieved. She thought she'd lost the plot.
We all work together. We work at St Vincent's Heathcote, and Gracie here is one of our wonderful volunteers at the front desk.
You know, from the time I wake up of a morning to when I have breakfast. And the people around me, even there, is just a crack up every morning. It's
Sister Lorna.
Sister Lorna.
Sister Lorna.
And you wouldn't think she was a sister, and she comes out for breakfast, and it's just hilarious. And another lady there, she's just come into aged care, and she's not sure how to take poor Sister Lorna. It's really funny. It really is funny. Yeah. So it's a joy to get up. We can't wait to get into breakfast to find out who's got what to say.
Yes, please. Yep. I'll have some milk.
Yeah, when she first entered, she wouldn't leave her room. She didn't want to participate in activities. She wouldn't even eat in the dining room. And then very slowly, she was eating in the dining room, which was a great just little step. And then she made a friend. It's like, oh, that's good. And then the next thing was, all of a sudden I'd go and visit her, because I said I'm across the road, so I'd go over just to rent when I felt like it all the time, and knock on the door, and Mum's not in her room. And you'd go wandering around and you'd be like, "Oh, Mum's at an activity. Oh, Mum's at another activity. Oh, Mum's at another activity. Oh, okay, this is good." And she's apologising. She's saying, "Oh, I'm sorry I wasn't here when you came over." I'm like, "Don't apologise, this is amazing. I'm stoked, it's fine." Or it'd be like, "Oh, I was with Frank, I was with Pat, I was with..." And it happened this very slow, and then it picked up momentum, and then it just was like overnight, and then I get a phone call saying, "I've just been offered a job." And like I said, it went from 0 to 100. What seemed like overnight, it wasn't, but it did happen very, very quickly.
Just the welcoming aspect of being a resident and being able to work at the front desk. I've got the best of both worlds.
I think with the encouragement, from myself and my brother, but also from the staff at St Vincent's, like, that's what brought her out of her shell, metaphorically and physically.
Now they can't get rid of me.
The lifestyle girls that Mark's got are absolutely fantastic. They really are. We have lots of activities. You can't be bored. I don't have time to do some things sometimes.
I think it's key to come in with an open mind, be in control, ask the questions, know what community you're going to be joining, but sort of come to the realisation that it's just a different stage of your life. You can still have a lot of joy, still have a lot of connections, a lot of friendships, and you can still live a very full life in a residential aged care home, but it's what you make of it. And that's been
Exactly.
Carol's success, is that
Yeah.
she's really taken her life and she's run with it. She hasn't let anything slow her down.
Get involved. Ask questions. Just ask. Don't be frightened to ask. Everybody's willing to help.
I think the secret of success is like anything. I have recollections starting school. It's a new environment, it's a new experience. You just got to put yourself out there, and soon you'll find out that something that you feared can give you incredible joy. I believe aged care is no different. You can fear it because you don't know about it, and you have perceptions that in the past have been quite negative, but it's not the end of your life. It's the beginning of something quite nice. Like Carol said, many people at home struggled at home, but when they come to aged care, they thrive because they don't have to look after the little things that were becoming impediments, like cleaning the house or doing your laundry or cooking. You know, you
That's
just
a plus.
Yeah.
In September last year, Mum had an episode and she did spend a little bit of time in hospital and then she came back. So the level of care that she has required since then has escalated and it's been met on every
Responded
possible level
accordingly.
that you could imagine. And for that, I think the manager and the staff have been superb. Couldn't fault them, they've been wonderful.
I think under the circumstances, it's been a good journey for Mum overall. Yes, we've had there's some ups and downs, but it's never been a real drama. And there have been, Mum has had some health episodes where they've had to actually send Mum off to hospital. And that comes with, off to hospital through emergency again. You know, that's a challenge for us. But overall, St Vincent's is doing the right thing because they're actually acknowledging that this is more serious than they can deal with. So they need to send Mum. And then she's welcomed back as soon as possible and settles back in and they continue on with the care. So particularly now, I think she's definitely in the right surroundings with the right level of care.
Carol,
Hello, Mark. What are you doing here?
I thought I'd just pop in and bring you a little surprise.
It's been a very, very good education. It's an education that I'm proud of myself, of how I've adapted. I really am. I'm very proud of myself, yeah. And it's all to do with Mark and the care that I'm getting that's made me that way. Now, what's the surprise I've got, Mark?
For the garden.
You've cracking the whip, Mark, are you? Yeah, yeah. Mark is a wonderful man, and you are, Mark.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Very
he
kind.
is. We are so lucky to have someone like Mark.
I think the best and most valuable thing the families can do is be honest. And they need to be honest and they need to communicate honestly about their emotions, good and bad, from both sides. From my side, from her side, we made a rule where we have an open dialogue where Mum can tell me anything and vice versa, and there's no judgment. It's a safe place to discuss. So if she's unhappy, I need to know, I want to know her, and vice versa. So it really, communication is key and just absolute honesty. And you need to, if you can't be really honest with your own family, there's no point, if she's going to be, like she said in the beginning, she was quite stoic. If she is going to put up a front and a facade and not let me or let anyone else really in, it's not going to work. She's going to be unhappy and I'm going to be unhappy because then I'm going to be worrying because I'm not stupid, I could see straight through it, you know. So yeah, really had to have this open forum.
Successful transition begins with a simple step of being honest, being respectful and involving your family, and I think it's involving as many of the family for everyone to be comfortable with the decision, but not forgetting that the person coming in has to be central to any decision that is made about them. So it's a decision with them, about them, with them. I think that's critical.